On this week's episode, we're taking a look at wild-caught Alaskan cod, and we're pairing that up with some really robust Asian flavors. Today we're going to be working with previously frozen fillets. Fresh is always going to be better, but frozen will absolutely work. While our fish is firming up, we're going to go ahead and get our parsnips ready. I'm going to start by peeling them and cutting them into equal-sized pieces to make sure that they cook evenly. Now, just like if you're going to make mashed potatoes, you add your parsnips to a pan, and you fill the pan with cold water until just covering the parsnips. Then we're going to put the parsnips on the oven, and we're going to put that over high heat and bring them up to a boil, where we're going to let them simmer until they become fork tender. We're going to take our mushrooms, we're going to make sure that they're clean, and we're going to go ahead and cut them into halves. We're going to go ahead and put them in a mixing bowl, and we're just going to lightly dress them with a little tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce. You can use regular soy sauce if you want. And we're also going to use a little bit of mirin, which is a sweetened Japanese rice wine. And once they've been dressed, we're going to go ahead and toss them, and then we're going to add them to a 425-degree oven and let them roast. Once the parsnips are done, we're going to strain them, and we're going to add them to a blender, along with about a tablespoon of the miso butter, and about 2 tablespoons or so of milk. And then we're going to blend until it comes into a nice, smooth puree. With our puree done and our mushrooms out of the oven, we're going to get a pan hot on medium-high heat, and we're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil and about a tablespoon of butter. When the butter starts foaming and frothing, we're going to add our dried, pre-seasoned fish fillets down into the pan. Always remember to lay them away from you. And we're going to start searing those. And to the pan, we're going to add a big dollop of miso paste. And as it starts to melt, we're going to go ahead and baste our fish. Basting helps keep everything nice and moist, and it'll help get that miso paste flavor in there. And just like when we're cooking any other fish on the stovetop, we're going to let it cook about 2/3 of the way up the fish before we go ahead and flip. And then we're just going to let it sit on the other side for about a minute. So once the fish is done, we're going to go ahead and remove it, set it aside, and then to this pan, we're going to add about another tablespoon of butter, and we're going to deglaze it with a little bit more of this mirin. And we're going to season that with just a little bit more of the tamari. We're going to top our fish with a little watercress and shaved radish. We're going to dress that up real lightly with just a touch of olive oil, about a capful of rice wine or apple cider vinegar, whichever you have, and a real little drip of the tamari. To plate, we're going to start with a little bit of our puree right on the bottom. We're going to take one of our pieces of fish, garnish with a few of our mushrooms, drizzle our fish with a little bit of the sauce that we made, and we're going to top that with a little bit of our salad. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all kinds of sustainable seafood information, tips, and recipes. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/FishSmartMNZoo or on Twitter at twitter.com/FishSmartMN.